From the News Channel 5 Network, this is Urban Outlook.
Hello and welcome to Urban Outlook. I'm April Eaton. Thank you so much for being with us today. There are all sorts of ways to keep kids out of trouble and on the right track. Through the years, we've seen after-school programs that focus on academics, keeping that mind busy, that let kids play it off, talk it out, programs that give young people something to do besides doing wrong. The Tennessee Aquatic Project tries to tackle some of those issues that teens face by taking it to the water. So we thought we would have a couple of guests on, several guests on actually today. Kenneth Stewart is the Tennessee Aquatic Project co-founder and the program director, developed this program about 25 years ago. And then one of his pupils, one of his students is Rachel Stewart, no relationship, even though the same last name, who's a TAP member, a master scuba diver, and a lifeguard and water safety instructor. So thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
I'm interested in hearing more about TAP and how this all came about 25 years ago. Scuba diving for kids?
Very unusual, very unusual. As I told you, I was a coach and a football coach and a track coach, and I wasn't getting the kids. Kids weren't feeling me, so I started scuba diving 25 years ago, and so it came to me. I said, maybe this is a way to reach young people. So a gentleman named Willie Sweet and I got together, and we started TAP. It was called the Aqua Project at the time, so we started recruiting young men. It was really never designed for young women. We wanted to reach inner city at-risk youth, but we had a lot of problems in attracting them. So we started and we worked hard, and so after we started, we got the young people together, but we found that after a while they needed more of a holistic approach. So we became the Tennessee Aquatic Project and Development Group Incorporated, and so this is our 19th year actually of TAP, and I think our accomplishments sit well with any organization that's out there.
Mm-hmm. And you said you started with the boys, but you found out something as you were dealing with those boys.
We did. The boys, they're very hard. The boys are difficult. They think differently than girls. So we got a couple of girls, and it just took off from there. In fact, the first 4 years, we had more girls than boys.
Wow.
Right, and the girls, as you know, most girls are overachievers, and they did quite well. And then the boys started coming. One of your interns here, Terrence Adams, came on, and so now we're more boys than girls.
Right. Rachel, what fascinated you about the program? And first, how did you hear about it? You are a senior at Hume Fogg High School. You've been involved with this program since your freshman year. What made you decide to take on such a project?
Well, it started on a family vacation about 5 years ago. And me and my dad, we've always liked going to the beach. We like swimming in the ocean. And we were on a snorkeling excursion, and there were also scuba divers on the boat. And I saw them, and I said, why am I not doing it? I really need to find a way for me to do it when I get back to Tennessee. So fortunately, there was a woman on the boat, a part of the National Association of Black Scuba Divers, and she told me about what she was in, the NABS program. I came back to Tennessee, searched on the web, and found the Tennessee Aquatic Project, which is a part of NABS, and joined the program my freshman year.
No fear there, huh? No fear of going underwater, going deep down, any of that kind of stuff, huh?
No. At first, I guess, when you start out scuba diving, it is something different, but you get used to it and you get acclimated to being underwater, and it becomes really fun and serene.
You've got on your shirt, Youth Diving with a Purpose. What does that mean to you?
To me, it means just youth getting out and doing diving and finding, not only for fun, but to learn. And the Youth Diving with a Purpose is actually a program that I'm a part of. Last year was the first year that it was held, and it was in Biscayne Bay, Florida, and there were about 30 youth and one young lady from Mozambique, Africa, and we all came to learn about archaeology and archaeological diving, and we became archaeology advocates. We learned how to map shipwrecks underwater, and also we recently, coral restoration has become a part of the program, so we go down with another organization in Florida and learn about coral restoration and how we can help.
Ken, when you listen to some of the things that she has done, starting with you teaching her how to do them, what goes through your mind?
Well, you know, I tell Rachel all the time, especially all the kids, they have more credentials than I have. All I have is a whole lot of dives. But Rachel is what we call Master Scuba Diver, which is the highest non-professional rating in the PADI system. So she has, I don't know, she has so many specialties. I don't know, she's got 10, 12 specialties. But in the PADI, Master Scuba Diver is almost equal to being a Eagle Scout. Not quite, but it takes quite a bit of time. And she has those skills, and it's like amazing to me. And I tell her all the time, you just don't know how privileged you are, right, in terms of just having those credentials, right? And she's like also a lifeguard, a water safety instructor, which is water safety instructor is where you can actually teach, to swim, someone to swim, right? So she has all those skills, and she's going off to college, and who knows what she can accomplish.
Absolutely. When you started this program, is this what you saw happening, because it's more than just the diving, right? But did you see it turning into the examples that you have sitting right here?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. As I told you, all I want to do is teach some kids how to scuba dive and send them on their way, right? But then, as I recognize that our young people need some help, right? So what we did was we divided TAP into 5 components. Right. The first component is education. We're very keen on education. Now, students like Rachel don't need our guidance because she's a gifted student. But some of the students do need our help, and so I intervene if I have to in terms of go to school for the parent. I'll be a liaison for the parent. We check the report cards, all the time, and if they're failing, then we try to help them. You have to maintain a 2.5 GPA to stay in TAP. Okay. We have never put a child out because of grades. Right, but we want to make sure that they stay on the education road. The other component is community service. Each child must do 20 hours community service during the year, or they can't participate in our summer trips. We go on summer trips every year. Okay. The other component is training. Right, like in Rachel's case. Now Rachel was already somewhat of a swimmer when she came to me, but young people come who can't swim, right? So what we'll do is we can take your child from a non-swimmer to what we call a master scuba diver, and everything else in between: lifeguard, water safety instructor, and lifeguard instructor. Now we can't teach all those things, but we make sure you have the necessary skills that when you take the courses, that you can pass. Gotcha. Right. So the other thing, the other key component is we've only been doing this about 11 years. It's called wilderness survival. Right. As you know, children don't get outdoors very much.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Playing video games, aren't they?
So they got to go outdoors with us. So we go out at least 4 times a year: September, October, November, December, and it's called wilderness survival. So we teach the basics of wilderness survival. How to make a fire, how to guide by the stars, and stuff like that. So, but each time, each phase gets harder, right? So the last phase, you can't bring anything.
Wow.
Right.
That's for yourself. Food and all, huh?
Food. Well, no,
you do
tried
pick
that.
A pack of food. Thank goodness.
We tried. We tried.
Have you gone through this too, Rachel?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That can't be easy.
No. Sometimes we'll have to get up at like really late at night or early in the morning, go on a hike. It can get pretty tiring, but it's really fun, and you learn a lot.
Really. And all the kids in TAP must do it. I don't make them go back if they complete it, but you'll find most of them, 95% of them, love it and they'll go back. So it has become really a core part of what we do, because it's good to get them outside. They can't bring no electronics, and as Rachel said, we kind of get them up in the middle of the night. We do night hikes and all that kind of good stuff. So and most of them do like it, and believe it or not, they like the night hikes. Right. Okay. And then
the fifth component.
And the fifth component is no fun doing all that training and you don't get to go anywhere. So we travel. We have been to many places. So we have summer trips. Like this summer, they have 3 trips planned. They're going to the Cayman Islands in June. The National Association of Black Scuba Divers has a youth educational summit every year in June. Some of the kids are going there, and with Rachel and some of the other kids, they're doing the archaeology program that we just talked about, and the coral restoration program.
Wow.
So we have a full summer.
What are the ages of the young people? When do you, because you can take 30 a year, you've got a max, right?
Max of 30.
30 students can participate in this program
Correct.
a year, but it's a rigorous schedule. It's
Rigorous
not easy.
It's not easy. We'll start out the year, We've never really had 30,
Okay.
but we've come to close. And we'll start out the year with a bunch, and as Rachel will tell you, by the end of the year, people are gone, right? Because it is a commitment. You know, it's a commitment to your child and to yourself, right? And as Rachel will tell you, it's a hard program. But my thinking is that at the end, you have a Rachel Stewart. Okay, or some of the other young people who you're going to meet later on. And that's what you get at the end. But it's a long haul. Right?
So high school age only?
No, 8 to 18.
8 to 18.
8 to 18.
And when do you take applications? When do you bring the people in? Yes.
We're a school year program, just about. Now, we've just started going all summer because of all these advantages that we've come up with. But we start in August. Right, and then we end when school ends, right? And for the young people who have done what they're supposed to do throughout the year, they've made the meetings and made the community service, we have these summer trips to go on, right? You can't do any of the summer trips unless you follow, you do all the criterion, which is the community service hours. You have to attend the majority of the meetings and those kind of things. And if you do that, you get to go on summer trips.
Now, this is a sport that's not cheap. I mean, equipment for scuba diving, I have to imagine, is quite costly. So you're working with, in some cases, youth that may not have the ability to afford those things, right? So
Absolutely.
how do you help them be able to participate in this program with the expense that also comes with it?
We've been very, very blessed, and that's a good question, April. We've been very, very blessed. We partner with Metro Parks and Recreation, so they allow us to use the community center, Hartman Park Community Center, and their pool at no cost. So that's a big plus because we don't have to pay for that. The other things that we have, people donate. They know what we do. A lot of the communities know what we do, so we get a lot of donated equipment. Right, and that helps, right?
From the scuba shops and things like that.
My personal friends, and so we got a lot of equipment that way. And then we go on and we have to go on a mission. We are a 501c3. So because one of the problems that we have, we're so small that we don't get a lot of grants. Right, because we're 30 youth is not a lot to a lot of organizations. So what we do is we go out and do our thing and beat the pavement. You'll see us. Sometimes you'll see us out there on Saturdays. Have our little bucket. We got to do what we got to do, right? But usually we get. Usually we're able to take care of the summer trips and everything. We kind of struggle, but we do it.
Fantastic. I want to take a quick break because I know we've got a couple of other members of the team that are here, and I want to make sure we share their stories as well. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more about TAP. Stay with us.